Hey girl, welcome to Grow Girl Podcast, where we empower women one conversation at a time. I am your host, Inuka, and today I have a phenomenal guest. Yes, she's a first generation immigrant from Haiti and also a CEO of Home Health Aid Agency and Alliance Lifetime Mental Health Service, where she addresses needs to those with mental health illness and have employed over 100 immigrants for work. Ladies, please give it up for Francoise Charles.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Hello, all.
Yes,
It's a pleasure having me on your show. Again, my name is Francoise Charles, and I am the CEO of Alliance
Yes.
Home Care VNA and also Alliance Lifetime Mental Health.
Awesome.
It's a pleasure being here with you guys.
I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for coming on this show. Super excited. And it's just amazing to have you here because with everything that's going on in the world, you're a first generation immigrant, okay, from Haiti, a CEO. So I want to tell the people, because I know a lot of people don't know, but what exactly is a first generation immigrant? Can you kind of go into details about what that is, who that is, and kind of explain for the people?
Yes,
Okay.
first generation immigrant is an immigrant who migrate here in the United States. And the first generation is not necessarily the first person who migrated here, because my parents came here first, and my parents sent for us.
Oh, okay.
So we are still first generation immigrant. The second generation immigrant would be an example of my daughters.
Okay.
If you have one parent who migrated here, who's an immigrant, you are a second generation.
So I'm a second generation.
You're a second generation.
Okay,
immigrant.
I'm a second generation, y'all.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so tell me about your journey from Haiti to America. Like, what was that like?
I was about 13 years old. I came here. Well, some of my siblings were already came. So I am a middle child. I am from a family of 9. So my mom, when I was growing up, I didn't know her till I came here.
Oh, wow.
So that was a big gap in my life. I think she left when I was about 5 or 6. And I did not see her again till I was about 12 to 13 years old.
So she left Haiti to come to America.
Yes.
Okay.
She
Got
was
it.
the breadwinner, and she came here, and then she used to, take care of us. So that's what happened,
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. So I want you to go back.
Yes.
Go back in your mind, in time in Haiti. Like, how was it living in Haiti? Because I know that Haiti now is not the same, how it used to be. So what was your experience? What do you remember?
I grew up in a town called Kwarebuke.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kwarebuke is about 15 minutes from Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
I grew up when I can remember as early age. When I was younger, I used to live like maybe about 3 homes from Papadoc.
Oh, wow.
From Duvalier.
Okay.
So that's where I grew up till I was about maybe 9 years old, and then I moved to the center of Kwarebuke, and growing up was pretty basic. It wasn't like it is right now. It was a very basic life where things were a lot quieter. It was a very nice neighborhood. I grew up with my dad, and my dad was in the army.
Oh.
Yes, he was in the army, but he was a very good guy. And he did such a great job being a sergeant, you would say. He was. He's just, he was an amazing dad. I didn't even know I was missing anything.
Wow.
Yeah, so I grew up in the house with about all of us until half of the family migrated here. And then I was the second part of the family who migrated here in the state.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a breakup family.
Yeah.
My first siblings who came, They, started school, and then we stayed with my dad. It was about 4 or 5 of us stayed with my dad, and my dad was just, it was just normal life.
Life.
Yes.
How did he raise you in Haiti? Like, what did he do?
Oh, yeah, my dad. My dad is my hero. Let me tell you, he was always my hero. He passed away, but I remember growing up, uh, he used to have us wake up at 4 in the morning every
4 in the
day.
morning?
Yes, we
Wow.
will wake up, we will recite our lesson. And there were so many of us, so we had to stay in line.
Wow.
So everybody wake up, we stay in line to recite your lessons. In Haiti, it's
So
a
he was
lot.
strict.
He was strict.
Okay.
So you gotta review your homework every day in the morning with him.
Okay.
So that was, we get up, we start reviewing homework, and we have to recite our lessons to him. What was the homework before? So that's the time he really go over our homework. And then when we're done, we go shower and get ready for school.
Wow.
But he used to have his family side used to come and help, like aunt. Like I used always to have an aunt there who would come and help out. While he's doing this, someone else is making breakfast. It was like almost like we were on campus because
Yeah.
it was a routine.
It was
We
a
had the
routine.
routine. It was a good life, and I just know we had to come. Someday we're gonna come to
Yeah.
America. So we
Right,
were so
right,
excited.
right.
Yes.
So you were just waiting on that time to come
Yes.
to America.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so your
Haiti
dad
was great, but
Yeah.
we wanted it to come because my mom is here,
Your mom was there.
and when you grow up in Haiti, you hear that United States is the place to be. So, but it was a
Exactly.
normal life.
It was a normal life. Like you didn't want for anything.
No, I had everything.
Wow. That's awesome.
Unfortunately, I mean, it's fortunate for us. We had everything. It was unfortunate for the people who couldn't,
Right.
make ends meet. But I felt like I had everything.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yes.
So your dad, he instilled a lot in you
Yes.
that made you the
Yes.
woman that you are today.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because he was a sergeant.
Yes.
Like he ran a tight shift.
Yes.
You guys were lining up
Yes.
and
Yes. Lining up for everything.
Oh my
And we
gosh.
always had meetings.
meetings. Tell me about
Yes.
that.
Oh, yeah. Anything that happens, we have to sit on the table and have a meeting and talk about it.
Okay.
So it's always like a formal meeting, everyone on the table, and he runs the show. And we have to sit there and talk about whatever the issue is, whether it's somebody's report card that he didn't like,
Wow.
whether it was something that happened in the neighborhood, whether one of us, well, we were almost perfect because he didn't let us really misbehave. Yeah.
So what is something that your late father instilled in you that you're still using now as a CEO?
A lot. I remember when I was in Haiti, fanfare. I was in there and I was one of the, what was that? I was the in charge.
Okay.
Forgot how you call it, but I was in charge of the whole fanfare. So I was the lieutenant.
So for the audience who don't know what that is, what is front fire? Can you let them know?
In Haiti, whenever it's like a holiday, we will there's a group who are in charge. Like when there's a function, let's say there's a parade.
Oh, okay.
So we will be marching, and it comes with there's a lot of exercising. There's a lot of practice after school. So I would be in charge when there's a parade to lead about 25 other young ladies like me. So I was about 10 years old and I was leading that group. Yes.
So you
have to be promoted to that. I remember that was a very good experience for me. That instilled in me that knowing that I can manage, like I can lead people.
Yeah.
So I've always been a leader since I was younger. That was one of the experience, and so many other. He was a leader himself. He led his whole family.
Yeah.
If they need any if they have any problem, they would come to him.
Wow.
Like he was the peacemaker almost.
Yeah.
He was
the chief.
He was the chief.
He was definitely the chief.
Yes,
wow,
yes.
that's awesome.
Yes.
And so now your mom is in America And like she's working, right? In America?
Oh yeah, my mom.
Okay.
Oh, my mom worked 3 jobs.
3 jobs
Yes.
as an immigrant.
As an immigrant.
Wow.
My mom was a housekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
She would leave the house at 5 in the morning.
Wow.
When I came here, that was my experience with my mom. She would leave the house at 5 in the morning to get to work. You know, she has to take public transportation. She will get to work. She will work from 7 to about maybe 3 or 4. Then she has a second job.
Wow.
That's Monday through Friday. And on the weekend, she has a third job. So she worked, we would see her in the morning and then we would see her again at 11. And that does not stop her. She would come home and cook.
Oh my.
And prepare meals. My mom she's a very strong black woman. She's a superwoman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can remember she only slept maybe like 4 or 5 hours a night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Some weekends she was, she was home in the evening. On Saturdays, she would be home on Saturdays in the evening. Sunday is church day where, everyone get ready for church. But my mom is, she's still alive, thank God. And I love her dearly. And she just rolled her sleeve and she was the primary breadwinner for us.
Wow. She had a can-do spirit. Like for 5 years, she was in America by herself, working 3 jobs. And her intention was, let me get my kids.
To bring her
bring my family.
That is typical for immigrants. Yeah. That's a typical culture.
Yeah, that's amazing. So now, Francoise, your dad goes to America. And then you follow him.
Yeah, my dad left with the first group of my siblings. He left with about 4 of them. And then we were 9. 5 of us were left behind. But I was left with my older sister, who was already married. So we were left with her. And then she had to leave her house and come and live with us. Because now we had no mom and dad in the house. So we needed a leader. Yeah.
I want the audience to really understand the perspective of an immigrant. When you're in Haiti and you know that you have to go to America, what are you thinking? Like, what's in your mind?
We're just thinking it's a better place.
Just a better place.
You hear that, it's a better place. Things will be better. But I don't know what was wrong with our current situation.
Right.
We had almost everything.
I've heard people say, America has streets of gold and they want to,
Yes.
So I think they hear a lot of like maybe fairy tale stuff and want to just experience the land of the free. Like you could become whatever you want. And maybe that's what it is,
Yes.
So when you step foot in America, how was that like? Because you're from Boston. You're not from Florida. I'm from Florida. You're from Boston, so you've been living there your whole life.
Yes.
Right? So how was that experience?
It was really cold.
I bet.
The snow, I couldn't get used to snow. I still don't get used to it. But, I understand what the dream of my parents getting us here when I got here. And right now, I can see the dream of why I had to come. But when I was younger, I didn't understand why I had to come. But now I see how, Haiti is evolved right now, is evolving. And I see my life here and I understand what was the purpose of leaving your own country to come for a better life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like you're a CEO.
That would not be possible in Haiti right now.
Possible in Haiti right now.
Yes, then
exactly.
That's what we strive to come here for a better life. Yes.
Right, exactly. So you're in America now. You're an immigrant in America. How was like really getting to the groove of things? School, making friends. Did you get bullied or?
I did get bullied.
You did?
I got bullied. Yes.
Tell me about that, because you know what's going on in the world now. A lot of people in Springfield, kids are getting bullied, and
it's gonna be worse for them, and I feel bad. I really feel bad because, I got bullied when I got to high school.
Okay.
And it was just 3, and it's a shame. There were like 3 black ladies, who fought me in the hallway, because they call us FOB.
What is that?
Fresh off the boat.
Oh wow.
Yes, and I was, and I was always someone who would fight back.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I told them the little English that I had, I tried to talk to them because I was with other friends who did not speak English at all.
Yeah.
So I was the one who answered. So they cornered me after my friends left and went to class, and they started fighting me.
Because you were an immigrant.
Yes, because I was fresh
No
off the
other
boat.
no other reason.
Yes.
Wow.
No.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
And so now you're in America, but you navigated.
Yes.
What was the next step that you took that got you to where you're at now after high school? Like, what did you do?
After high school, when you're in high school, we were a whole bunch of immigrant kids. We
Right.
graduated high school with no purpose.
No purpose.
No,
Yeah.
no one guided us what we needed to do. Um, the guidance counselors, they probably didn't know better. And a lot of my colleagues, when they graduated, they didn't go to college.
They didn't.
A lot of them did not have direction, how to do this, how to even apply.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were just spilled out of high school and just hanging out. But I went for medical assistant.
Okay.
I found my way. I'm always finding my way. I found my way to go for medical assistant first for a
Okay.
year, and then I graduated. I worked for an Haitian doctor in Boston. Yeah, his name was Dr. Jean Charles. Yeah, I worked for him for a little bit. Yes, and then after that, I was just like, okay, what else? What am I gonna do? Because I can't sustain myself living, as a medical assistant. And then, and I decided, because I was always good with science, I decided to just go back to nursing. I mean, just to go to nursing school. And luckily, my oldest sister had good credit. She started working, so she signed my loan. Her name was Claudette. She passed away, but I was fortunate that she was able to sign, my student loan. And I went
Wow.
I went
Yeah.
to nursing school. I went to LaSalle College for 2 years.
That's awesome. So you
Yes.
became a nurse.
Yes.
And then what led you to starting your own business?
Yes, I went to nursing school and I did my associate degree, and I got married after I graduated. I graduated in I got engaged the year before I graduated college, and then I got married the year I graduated college, and from there, now I am married, and I started working as a nurse, which was excited. And then, after I had my first child, I went back. I went back to nursing school for my bachelor degree. So it's a process.
Wow.
It's a process.
Yeah.
And that's what I have to say to all immigrants. Life is a process. You just start little by little.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're in this country and you are able to do the things that you wouldn't be able to do anywhere else in the world. So, I would tell any immigrant kid right now, any immigrant, doesn't matter where you come from, what's your background, whether you're from Haiti or you're from anywhere else in the third world, from third world countries, and you migrated here, and, this is the land of opportunity. And just step by step, little by little, and you'll get to where you want to be.
That's
Yes.
awesome. That's really great advice because even with what's going on now in the country, it's a bad narrative that's showing immigrants as they don't help or they're not doing anything. And that's far from the truth at all, Because look at you. You actually, in your company, employ immigrants.
I do.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So I want to know, when did you get that light bulb moment, the epiphany that I want to be a business owner? Because you were a nurse. So how did you transition over?
Okay, so when I started working as a nurse, working as a nurse is very hard.
I'm sure.
It's a very hard job, and
Yeah.
I loved being a nurse, and I still love being a nurse.
Yeah.
But it was so hard, and I didn't see how I was gonna make a life out of just working as a bedside nurse. So I started thinking, maybe I should open a business. So my first business was a staff nursing temp agency.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So that's what I opened first. And then after that, I stopped working for a little bit. and that business was doing well, and then it just faded. There was no need for temp nursing agencies, so I went back to work. When I went back to work, what really shaped my knowledge about becoming a business owner in the medical field is because I started working in an administration. So I was first I was a staff developer, helping training staff, and then I become an assistant clinical director, and then I become a director of nursing. So for a couple of facilities, so I used to work at a nursing home, and I just love making changes, and and I always said, if I'm gonna work somewhere, I wanna be on top so I can change, things the
Yeah.
way I wanna change it. I wanna change policies, and being able to run the way I would like, to work under anybody. I would like to work under myself, like, because I
Yeah.
know I would do the right thing, and I know that when I'm focused, I can do whatever I want to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so it was a great experience because the nursing home, I was the clinical director. It was very hard. It was very, very hard, trying to get the staff to really listen and to really do the right thing and to really follow policy and procedures. But, you know, I'm a little bit strict, so that I was able to do that, and that was a great accomplishment.
Wow, you're so driven and you always had that entrepreneurial spirit. Like, where
Yes.
did that come from? Like, who
I
taught you
think I
that?
think my dad and my mom,
Yeah.
they always, it starts when you're young. They always, even I was not the oldest. They always, I don't know, they give me this, they always think that I'm a good leader. Like they
Yeah.
would trust what I say. They would trust me, and it's God.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it's in my DNA.
It's in
I
your
believe in God.
spirit. It's in your
It's
spirit.
yes,
It is. It
it's
has
God's
spirit.
purpose for my life.
Yeah.
God has always been good. He's always been there from the beginning. I got saved when I was 15 years old.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, I've been, in the journey learning about Christ, and that has really helped me
Yeah.
along the way. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
hmm
beautiful. So now you're no longer in your temp business. What did
hmm
you do next?
Oh yeah. So after I left administration, so I went back to working as a field nurse. So I started working for one of the largest company in Massachusetts, which was home care agency, home health. So with that transition, I was able to have work life balance.
Balance. Uh-huh.
I was able to be home for the kids early and not having to work a double, triple. I never worked triple, but
Yeah.
that's why. So I was able to do my job, come home, and also be a mom and be available for my kids. So while I was working as a nurse, but I knew I was gonna work for that company until I opened my own business.
Oh, wow.
Yes, my mind was already made
Made
up
up.
that I was gonna work, I was gonna open my own business.
You already knew that. Like it was just a seed planted in you. Like you
Yes,
just knew.
yes,
So that
yes,
was your training ground.
yes,
Wow. So you
yes.
opened the home health aid agency first.
Yes, yes. I opened
Okay.
the home health agency in 2016.
Okay.
Actually, it was a small agency I bought from um, an African guy.
Oh.
He's from Nigeria. He's from Kenya.
Okay.
So he used to work for my small agency when I had the temp agency.
Oh,
So when
okay.
I started looking into opening an agency, and he had one he was selling, so he sold that to me in 2016. Yes,
Wow. And you
yes.
just built it up.
And I built it up. I bought it with no patience. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
sure. And so
Yes.
now you have your home health aid agency and then you have a mental health facility.
Yes, I do.
So let's talk about that.
Yes. And the surge of COVID,
Yeah.
um, I had a friend who was selling a mental health agency.
Oh,
Yeah, she had a clinic, and she decided she didn't want to continue. So I bought the small, clinic from her, and which also had no patients, so I had to grow it.
wow. You
And
scaled
then
it.
I scaled it.
So where
Yeah.
did you learn your business techniques principles?
I think it's from being a nurse in
Mm-hmm.
the field, and also from my expositions as a clinical
Mm.
director. I learned about policies and procedures, and I had a very good mentor.
Mm.
Yes, when I was a clinical director.
Wow.
So that really grounded me to know what to do,
Yeah.
in my own business.
That is amazing. You are a powerful woman.
Thank you.
Yes, you
Thank
are.
you.
She
Thank
is
you.
empowered, okay?
Thank you.
Empowered. So I have a question, okay? So what advice would you give to other immigrants who want to become successful in business or just overall in life when it comes to America?
Okay. I would say life is a process.
Mm-hmm.
Um, stay focused. Stay focused, know what you want, and don't look to the left or to the right. Always focus on your goals. Don't worry about what other people are doing.
Mm,
And learn. And life is a process. Take step by step.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, first of all, what motivates you? Because you just always on the go. You have so
God.
many. God motivates you.
I think this is my
Yes.
purpose. I think
Yeah.
God has that in me, has instilled that in me. The Bible says He knows us before
Yeah.
we were born.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really answer why I'm the way I am,
Yeah.
but family,
Yeah.
background, education,
Mm-hmm.
and just being in a good position and try to choose um, the right path.
Yeah.
And you also have to make a decision.
Yeah.
God
True.
give us all our own will to make decision,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, so it's the best thing I think that really helps me.
It's God.
God.
Yeah, he's the
He's the
pillar.
source.
Yeah.
He's the
He's the
source.
pillar of your
Source.
success.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And
Yes.
so what obstacles did found yourself on being an immigrant? I'm sure
Hmm.
you had some, obstacles that came in front of you because you were an immigrant. Can you share
Yes.
some of those?
Well, as an immigrant, we learn and we know, in order to break the ceiling, we have to
Mm.
be trailblazer. We have to be
Yeah.
able to persevere. You have to have audacity. You have
Yes.
to have hope, and you have to have a good support. You need good support. I had support from my family,
Yes.
and I'm just blessed that I married a very good man
That's
who also
awesome.
supported my vision. Yes, he also was open-minded, and also a first generation immigrant
Okay.
who also is a trailblazer as well. He had his degree at 21. Yeah,
Wow.
when he came to the United States, and he has a very good major, architectural engineering, and you know
Hmm.
how hard that was back
I'm
then.
sure. Oh my gosh.
So and he's been very supportive. I think
Wow.
I've been fortunate to have that kind of background. And when I opened my business, let me tell you, Haitian people, we can do it.
Listen.
Listen, God is the source. But guess
Yes.
what? You put two, three Haitians together,
Oh, listen.
the
2, 3
sky is the
Haitians.
limit.
The sky is the limit.
The sky's the limit. I had this
Yes.
wonderful Haitian close family who came and helped me in my business.
Wow.
Yeah, her name is Susan Toro.
Yeah.
My gosh, this woman walked in there and she rolled up her sleeve and helped me out. So when I was in the office, she was in the field. When I was in the field, she was in the office. So, and I had a couple, my cousin, Marie Paul and I, oh my gosh. She came in and she brought her friend, Mary JP. I'm telling you, the pioneers.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of people who brought success to my business, who really stay, you know, the course with me. Another girl, Francesca, she came in the office and she was an admin. She just turned the whole office upside down and she was working very hard. You don't need a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you need at least a handful of people who are really going to be with you. So, and yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's so amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
And I also had, you know, people throughout the years, you know, when I started was a handful of Haitians, then become, you know, this girl, Anna from Guatemala, you know,
Yeah.
and then I have a couple of ladies that came after from Dominican Republic. I don't know, when they came in and they saw how hard I was working and they get inspired and they just,
You're inspiring.
yeah, they just like helped. I don't know.
Yeah, you're really inspiring. And your husband, he first generation immigrant, came to America, graduated at 21. And what did he end up doing after that?
Oh, he worked for many large companies.
Wow.
I mean, this man managed $100 million projects.
What?
Yes,
$100 million project.
He worked for MIT before.
Uh-huh.
He worked for, his last job was at Wesley College.
Wow.
Yes, he's a project manager. So yeah, so he manages big projects.
Did y'all hear that? Immigrants making a difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So what is next for Francoise? Because you are a trailblazer. You're an empowered woman. You're a superwoman. What's next for you?
What's next for me?
Yes.
I don't know. God always seemed to lead me to the right path.
Yeah.
And I pray about that. I pray about the next path. And he's the next path.
That's great. I love that. I love that.
I just follow that. You know, we all have that thing in us.
Yeah.
That's telling us what to do. Sometimes it's a lot of fear, like we're fear of what we don't know.
True.
And a lot of times I get into, you know, doing things. I'm like, oh my gosh, why can't I just stay quiet and not move so much? But I guess
you can't help it.
I can't help it.
It's in you.
It's in me.
Yeah, it's just you.
Yeah.
No,
And that's how I met you.
Yes. We met each other, and we're
at a
similar.
conference.
Yes, we met each other at a conference.
Yeah, at a big conference.
And it was like a divine meeting. When I saw you, I'm like, you look familiar.
Yes.
I know this woman. Our souls know each other.
Yes.
I truly believe that.
Yes. Yes.
I truly believe that.
It was a divine
encounter.
And that's how God has always led my life.
Wow.
You know? Yeah. You just got to listen to that.
Yeah.
Yesterday, while I was at the spa, you know, he was just telling me, he was writing, like God was writing, like my mind was writing a letter.
Wow.
To Trump.
Let's talk about that.
Mr. President Trump.
Wow.
The letter was all written.
It was already written.
Yes.
So, I want you to kind of express yourself. Like, tell me what's going on in the world. Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, we can't, violence with violence does not change anything.
Right.
Right? So we have to change the narrative, like you've been saying.
Yeah, we do.
Let's speak about peace.
Yeah.
I want to understand what makes him feel that way about Haitians.
Yeah.
And that's not an answer we're going to get. You know, and I respect him. You know, President Obama says we have to respect our elders.
Yeah.
And we have to show respect. You know, and that's how we grew up, you know, as Asians. You respect your elders. And I have so much respect for him because he's an elder.
Yeah.
He's a human being, you know, and I don't have hatred in my heart for him. He's right about certain things. He's right about a lot of things. But as a leader,
yeah,
you know, you have to understand people. as a leader, you have to understand we're all human beings
I agree.
having different experience or process,
Yep.
you know. And I disagree with the way he's treating Haitians.
Right.
I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know we are good people.
Yeah, we are.
You
Yeah.
know, the reason why I said I agree with him in certain levels, you know, if he's going after the criminals,
Mm-hmm.
like if someone came here and they committing fraud and they are criminals, he wants to send them back. I understand.
Right.
But what about those who are coming to find the life that we all nations,
Exactly. Look
you
at
know,
you.
travel here
Exactly.
to have a better life?
Better
Why are you
life.
picking on certain
Mm-hmm.
group of people? And that's going to create a lot of violence.
Yeah, it is.
And we all have children. We all have family, you know, because you're up there, you know, you're not reachable. You know, he's
Right.
not reachable. He has all these secret agents. So what about our children
Yeah.
going to school every day?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has children. He should understand how a mother who's Haitian is gonna feel about their children going out there, or even a black woman like me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, who's trying to do the best, but the best is not enough because we get judged.
Right.
Not only being Haitian,
Being black and a
being
woman.
black, being Haitian is a double stigma.
Double.
And what did we do? Why is this all coming back?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not scared
Yeah.
because God is in control.
Yes.
God is in control of all of this.
Yes.
And we may not understand, but one day we will understand.
Yeah. One
And,
day.
you know, this is a time for Haitians to come together.
I wanted you to say that. Like, what advice can you give to Haitians
This
now?
is the time for Haitians to come together. This is about us. You know, we don't have anywhere to go. You know, I have friends, they go back to their country, they come back. When was the last time I've been to Haiti?
Right.
Not because I don't love my country. It starts with us.
I agree.
It starts with us. And we are smart people, but we need to be united.
Yes.
Without a united front that is strong, we're never going to cross these barriers. You know, but Haitians need to come together. Look at this. 4 or 5 Haitians together in my company.
Your
Look what we've
company.
done.
And look what you, oh my God, you scaled your business
Yes.
to millions. You
Yes.
scaled your, yeah.
Yes. So we Haitians it's an urgency
Yes.
for us to sit and talk about these issues and come together. That's all we need to do. We are smart people. We're strong. We're hardworking people. You know, all we need is to take care of our families. Come here, take care of your family. That's a general culture of Haitians.
Yeah.
We come here, we work hard, we buy a house.
Yep. Buy a house.
We buy a car, we buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
And we
work.
try to give our kids the best that we didn't have.
Yeah.
And hoping the next generation will pick up and become the best version of the last generation.
Yep. Exactly.
That's all we want. We don't want anything else. We don't want more.
No, that's literally it.
That's literally it.
That's literally
That's it.
it.
Haitian people
Okay.
are not even opening businesses. We are hard working
Workers.
people.
Yes.
We work.
Mm-hmm.
We go to school. You know, I would say 90% of Haitians come here, if it's not more than that, with same common goals.
I agree.
Common goals to work hard, pull your sleeve, and have a better life and give your children a better life. Leave a legacy for them and the next generation. We don't bother people.
No, you're totally right. And I love the fact that you said for us to have a conversation, because that's what we're going to transition into next. We're going to have a conversation, me, Francois, and another, woman. We're going to have a conversation on Haitian culture, on how we can unite, come together, and really make a change to impact the world and to change a narrative of what's going on. Because as you can see, I am a second generation immigrant. You're a first generation immigrant. And we are in America making a difference in America. And so many other immigrants are doing the same thing. So let's put lights on the positive and not so much the negative. So thank you, Francois, so much.
It was a pleasure.
Oh my gosh. I got to have you again.
Of course.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to transition, and I'm super excited for everything that you're doing. God bless you and all your endeavors and everything that you have going on. Thank you. So thank you so much for watching Girl Girl Podcast. It's been real.
It's been real. This is a real conversation.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.